really, really dark things that do not seem as if they are dark. It just seems as if this is nothing. Where the world is taking humanity is a different and dark place. That these are the end times. Eschatos, meaning to say this is the last bus stop. It can't go any further. There is going to be something that you're going to see. This is very important. This is a prophetic word that God gave me when I was standing with Pastor Chris, my father, and he released that word. And that word was cemented again today. Yesterday I was with it. And that word is billionaires and millionaires. Some you know, some you don't, are going to start falling dead. I'm a person who has been with the Lord in the prophetic for a long time to actually tell you that it started when I said that prophecy. A designated year, designated month, designated year, where it'll be, this person is dead. That if you study what they were sponsoring, what they were giving to, you realize it did something sinister. They were feeding the systems of the enemy. And men will begin to lose power. And men of their influences, much of their influence will be removed. And legal battles around the world, legal battles everywhere. So they're not just gonna die. Some of it will be pressure, blood pressure, depression, where in every country there will be a lawsuit. Every country that they dealt with will be lawsuits coming in, lawsuits coming in, lawsuits coming in. And he said, I will remove what they think is their immunity. I'm removing immunity, but I'm also cutting short their lives. So watch out as I speak right now, watch out, it's already happened. Month, 2 months, let's go. Billionaire here, billionaire in Asia, billionaire in Europe, billionaire in America, dead. And then you search what they were sponsoring. Then you realize something is happening. And then I began to see war between Islam, Christianity, and Jews. Right now there is hatred. But it will go into boiling point. But it says, because of the people that are put in power, that I'm using as my weapons of indignation, many of these will be stopped before they cause enough damage. They'll be stopped. So this is, do not worry about it. There is going to be something that you're going to see. Pardoning of all. Did you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Pardoning of all debts. Wow. That's a nice one. Okay. Pardoning of what?
All debts.
All debts. All right. And this will be individual and world debt will be removed.
Wow.
Including yours.
Wow.
You see, what I'm saying right now is very difficult to believe. When it happens, you say, you see, yeah, it was easy to know. It's not very far. They're going to be pardoning all world debts. All world debts, including yours. We're not talking about national debts only here. We're talking about your debt too. So what's evil about this? Very simple. For them to introduce what they need to introduce, which is, of course, the central bank digital currency and the IDs, they have to bring in a different currency. So the ID is simply a precursor. They are trying to bring a different currency, which will actually usher in the world governing body, where the world is going to be ruled by one body, or rather one person. Now that means I've already given you the second one.
Wow.
While I'm on the first one. But you see, all this is going to happen later on when we have one person. But this time is going to be the elite that will rule the whole world. And they're doing it starting from where? Telling you that we are going to forgive debts. But they're not forgiving debts the way you think. They will tell you that debts are going to be written off. We are pardoning all debts. So if your country owed this, don't worry, 20%, 30%, 40%. In fact, don't worry about it. You owed us in US dollars, but now we have another currency and you don't need to transfer your debts. Just adopt ours. You're getting this now?
Yes, sir. We're getting it.
But in order for you to adopt ours, you should actually allow us to give you digital IDs. So you think the whole thing is about digital IDs? It's not. The whole concept is to bring digital IDs so that we can bring another currency. But you never ask yourself, this is a funny thing, you never ask yourself one question. Why is it called currency? So one thing you ought to understand is this, that all these currencies that we have right now, they are no longer gold backed. Now they are debt backed, or rather debt based. The value is also derived from how many people owe you that amount, or that currency, so to speak. So since it's debt based, the more you print the money, the more it loses value. And when it loses value, the more you print. And the higher the prices. And people become more dependent on you than on themselves. But if you have digital ID, you bring something like a digital ID, the whole system is under one control, one sender. Now they can then say, you know what? We'll forgive all debts, don't worry, because you people are too much in debt. Guess what? You will feel so much relieved. Oh, wow. So if I just use the central banking digital coin, the CBDCs, I use this, the US dollar debt is gone. Yeah, it's gone. Just use ours. Now I have digital ID and I know exactly where you are. And I'm using crypto technology. That means every coin is recorded and registered on who spent it, where spent it on what. And every product I buy is got codes to say you actually bought product 1295. So guess what happens? I'm able to control you, know exactly what you spend, where and when. This is the point. Why is that evil? It simply then means I know exactly where you are. I can tell you you have used your credits. I'm already telling you what will happen. I'm telling you you've used up your credits for food this week. They didn't get that.
They're following us.
Right now you buy whatever you want. You understand? But imagine getting into a shop and you're told, you know what? You have the money in your account. We have the food. By the law of the government, you've eaten too much this week.
You can't spend beyond this.
I know what you think. This won't affect the gomandizers. Those who like food too much, you get affected. The reality is, that's not the gluttonous people. It doesn't affect them in that way. It'll be if you want to fly, because of the digital ID, because of the currents that they now control, they can say the money is there but it's frozen. They can't freeze your cash.
That's right.
They're missing that.
They can't control.
They can't control your cash. And never say I didn't warn you. And guess what? What will happen when they introduce these central bank digital currencies? Do you know what happens? These crypto coins that you have will go down. It will go to the toilet. Ask yourself, why are they not adopting Bitcoin and they are introducing their own? Because they don't want you to use the Bitcoin. They want to introduce another one to compete with the Bitcoin. And the moment they bring something to compete with Bitcoin, then they will start to sanction and even put legal, parameters around Bitcoin. To a point that it will be a crime selling Bitcoin without their permission. They didn't get that. I know what I'm saying might look like, years and years to come. No. This is in a few years' time, and they will start it within a few months.
Wow.
But within a few years, it will be implemented as everywhere, almost everywhere. Go off grid.
Yes, sir.
Off grid. Okay? Solar. Have access to land. Have access to water. These are the basics that they will start selling. How will they start selling? They will introduce laws and rules that say all the basic needs of humanity are catered for by leaders. So governments will tell you, we are the ones in charge of all water. Even the one that is raining. The other thing you're going to see is an overthrow of governments. Even formations of new countries, you're going to see it.
Formations.
Yes, you see, they didn't get it. How can I be bold like this to say there are new countries coming?
Formations.
For he saith, are you not my princes altogether kings? In other words, he's saying, are they not my princes altogether kings? In other words, let me translate. The devil says, are not all these people I'm using presidents? They didn't get that.
Wow.
In other words, I'll use your leaders, I'll use your presidents, I'll use your prime ministers. So you have to be careful what comes out of your prime minister and the president. What comes out of your minister. Be careful. Like what is happening right now in Europe, you don't even need to travel with a passport. You just arrive. I'm here. You're like in one country. Now the Bible is saying the devil prides himself in removing boundaries so people can be one. So it is not God's will that people be one. It is the devil who removes the boundaries of nations. And so it doesn't matter, we are one country. Now we are Europe. We use the euro now. He says, no, the devil is happy. Pardoning debt, but it's not a pardoning debt. There is something behind it. What is he trying to say? He's now saying the devil said, I'm going to remove the boundaries and everyone is going to have a digital ID. And guess what? You're going to be controlled from one system. We know you where you are. You're going to be safe. We know exactly where you were killed if you're going to be killed. And we would know exactly who killed you because we will actually triangulate what ID card was where. It will come as if it is for your security. But remember what the devil is boasting about? I remove the boundaries. What is the digital ID going to be? The world over, we're going to have a digital ID in the central location where we can report to and say, here is where my name is this, and boom, that is the thing. And I've removed the bounds of the people and they've robbed their treasures. So that's exactly what I want to do. I want to rob your treasure. So that the elites, this is another point, the elites will be able to control your money. You will have nothing and some of you will be very excited. Because you have nothing and everyone has nothing. So there is going to be a fake egalitarian society. It's like a socialist republic. They tried it in Cuba. It has not worked. Where people just have the same things. Only the elites will be having all these things that they want. To a point that we will actually have worms for food. And they are creating worms right now, worm farms right now. You start realizing that that's all they're trying to do. So what do we do? Remember what I said? Prayer will change them because we are saying they live in our world, we don't live in their world. Maybe they didn't get it again. They live in our world. Tell yourself they live in our world. We don't live in their world. They live in ours. Unless the church is taken and they can introduce it freely, free course, just as free course. But now, at this point, whilst we are here, as the temples of the Holy Spirit, it's going to be very difficult to implement what they want to implement.